Now, Donna,
Good afternoon.
is this a good day for you that you get a 3-week reprieve?
Well, I'm hoping that'll be the outcome, absolutely.
Well,
I'll celebrate by going home before it was dark, but something happened in the first 15 minutes of your meeting that's probably preventing that.
well,
Yeah, it was a good presentation. I've learned a lot. Thank you.
well, we're just trying to, make sure all our department heads have a global aspect of how the town works. So you have now your sewer 101 down.
I do.
I think because the resolution went out and the board members got to see it, I don't think we have to have much discussion, but as to just read off the resolution and vote on it. But Donna, I don't want to take away your not 15 minutes of fame, but if you have anything to say, comment, question on, what we're about to do with a 3-week extension to the assessment season, so to speak, by all means, shoot away.
Well, I don't think that I have a lot to add to it because I have been individually discussing it with whoever had questions. My purpose of attending your meeting this evening is to be available to answer any remaining questions before you vote on the resolution. Simply stated, an executive order allows us to make this extension to give us adequate time to finish the assessment roll, which is important going forward into your budget season, not only the town, but the county and the school district. So I am asking for an extension so that I could complete that role and accomplish some other things as well. And it is worded on or before in the law, so the resolution before you repeats that and does say that the filing of the tentative assessment roll will be on or before a new date. Certainly, if we can prepare it before this 3 weeks is up, I thought I'd better ask for maybe a little more than I needed and a little less than I needed. So we'll publish it just as soon as it is ready. I'm projecting that to be no more than 3 weeks.
And Don, I have no doubt that you have under-promised and will over-deliver on that 3 weeks. I really believe that.
Thank you, Tom.
The only thing that I would like to broach here, I guess, is that Donnie, you said something to me a few weeks ago that has resonated, that grievance day, which sometimes ends up being 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, depending upon how many cases the Board of Assessment Review has to hear. Did you not, I thought you said to me that you either got to do them all live and in person, or you got to do them all remote. You can't mix and match. Is that accurate?
That would be the board's and my preference, because what we are trying to do is kind of reinvent our whole processes to accommodate the social distancing. And the nature of our business is different than the nature of your board's business. So what we would like to do is set up a process. That's part of why I need some of this time, to set up a process so that we could accommodate everything in an electronic fashion. And by doing that, it would set things in motion that all taxpayers who would appear before the board would be on the same terms. So everything would be done the same way through a whole season, even if the governor opens up the state and we happen to open our town hall doors. All of our grievance processes will be held the same, so no one taxpayer would appear favored over another. The process will be the same through this entire phase.
I got you. I'm glad I brought this up because I misinterpreted when you said it that was part of the law or whatever. And I'm glad that we clarified. And I'm not arguing with the fact that the Board of Assessment Review and yourself would rather have it all or one and not mix and match. Am I right in assuming?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just want to make sure I'm right in assuming that, just like we said to Chris Bilo, you're talking about grievance day not starting until June 15th, which is 45 days from now. Are you looking to a certain date and time where you and the Board of Assessment Review will decide whether it's going to be all remote or all in person?
I think we're going to wait the next week or so and see how that goes, but it's going to take us time to put it together. As you can imagine, doing it all virtually is a whole different process for the staff to get it set up, for us to communicate to the taxpayers. We don't want them to know at the last minute. unless I have a meeting, I have to get together with the Board of Assessment Review Chairman and the town attorney and kind of finalize some ideas that we have been putting out there. The path that we're on right now is to do that virtually. But what that looks like from the board's preferences and my preferences and the staff's preferences and then what the law says we can and cannot do has been very complicated. That has actually taken up a lot of our time already, which would add to part of why I'm not finished with the role, you know. So the reason we would like it to continue in one particular fashion is the whole setup is different. You can't just say, oh, never mind, the doors are open, we can all gather in the room. Because the technology to do it in that room requires the staff to have certain things set up in advance for me that now they're not going to do because we're going to be doing it a different way. And when I say that, I'm referring to how we do the audio. The audio in that room is a whole different process. And to change that in the middle is also not fair to the taxpayers, and it's also not fair to the staff who's going to say, oh, but guess what, next meeting we're going to do differently. You know, and they're not ready for that. So.
Yep. Well, I'm glad I asked from a standpoint of, and it sounds like you thought also that it was more of a law. You can do it one way or the other.
That was the way I interpreted it as well.
And also that the fact that over the next couple of weeks you will determine if it's going to be all remote or all in person, and if it's all remote. Why do I get the feeling that Ms. Buck is going to be involved heavily in that?
We haven't talked to her yet. We've just been talking to our IT director and finding out what other towns are aiming to do. Not everyone is taking advantage of the extension. Of course, they didn't have the challenges throughout this assessment roll cycle that we have had here in Webster. So many towns are absolutely ready. But
okay.
I'm going to watch them. I'm going to learn from how they do it.
Well, okay. Well, like I said, I'm glad I asked because I think we were going under a different interpretation of why you had said that. I'm not debating. I think you're right. Do it all one way or do it all the other way. Don't mix and match. That's just a recipe for somebody complaining down the line that they got handled differently. Now, is Bill on yet? Or when we do this, is this going to be a 4-person vote?
Bill, you there?
I don't think Bill has been successful in calling in.
Okay.
John, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, I'm going to read this resolution that all of you have seen. I'll read it quick. Charlie, I assume I have to read it. Is that correct? And Barbara?
No, you don't have to read it.
Oh.
I mean, you can just state the dates. You can state the gist of it if you want.
You have made our evening. Okay. Well, this is a resolution of the Webster Town Board changing the dates for filing the temporary and final assessment rolls, the hearing of real
That would be
property.
tentative. I'm sorry for not noticing that. That would be a tentative assessment roll, not temporary.
Oh, you're right. My error. I'll
Okay.
change it.
This is a resolution of the Webster Town Board changing the dates for the filing, the tentative and final assessment rolls, and the hearing of real property tax law Article 5 complaints in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Executive Order 202.22 revised the roll and grievance schedule for 2020. The filing of a tentative assessment roll will be on or before May 22nd, where normally it is May 1st. Grievance Day will start on June 15th. I think that's a Tuesday. No.
Monday?
That's a Monday, where the usual grievance day is the 4th Tuesday of May, May 26th. The filing of the final roll will be on or before July 22nd, where the usual standard schedule is July 1st. That is the resolution that is being proposed.
Second.
Charlie, I'm here. I can call the vote, okay?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Fine.
Okay. Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye.
Councilwoman Haldy?
Aye.
after 5 tries. Aye.
Aye.